Good morning, sports fans. This is George with Custom Tied Flies and Guide Service. And this morning, boys and girls, we are going to be tying the olive Marabou Muddler in number 4. The stuff you're going to need is your hook is a Mustad 9672 in the number 4. Of course, any 3X long streamer hook will do. The head is spun deer hair. The tail is olive marabou with a little root beer flash. The body is gold mylar tinsel. These are really long and really wide. I got them at the Dollar Tree. You get a whole... I probably got enough tinsel here to tie for the rest of my life, and it cost me $1.25. So the weight on it is 0.025 lead, and of course you can use a lead substitute if you choose. And the thread I'm using is a black Danville Flymaster in a 140 denier. First item that goes on is your Krystal flash. This Hairline's Rootbeer Krystal flash. You're going to pull 4 strands, double them over, and then trim them in the middle, and you'll get 8 strands. And those are going to go on so that they are about a shank length behind the bend. Okay, and then this is where your lead goes in. You want to start your lead a little bit behind the point. And I put my lead in a material bobbin. A lot of guys do this. Bring your lead up to your tie-in point. Because in front of this here, this is where your head's going to go. Okay, and you're going to paint that with a light coat of head cement or Sally Hansen hard as nails. Works good either way. When I first started out, I used to steal my mom's clear fingernail polish fair and square. Okay, the next thing is your olive marabou. You just want to line them up so that they're about a shank length, a little better. And they're going to go on. You want them even with that flash. And I know I didn't mention it before when I talked about the ingredients. You're also going to put some wire in this. It's UTC's Ultra Wire in Hot Yellow, medium size. But that comes on here in a minute. Now you're going to pick up your other strands of flash, and they go on the top, and you want them even with the top of the marabou. Then your wire. It's my old scissors with my tape on them. And so you're going to want to trim this wire off about 4 times the shank length. It's hard for me to be able to show you where I'm clipping this off, but that's about how long then your Mylar tinsel. Couple half hitches. And you're going to bring your Mylar tinsel forward. Try to keep it as flat as possible. Take 4. Ordinarily I would take 3, but seems like 4 works better. Trim that off. Make sure that's good and lashed down. A couple more half hitches. And you're going to bring your wire forward. And the wire is just to reinforce the Mylar tinsel. And also keeping in mind that most fish that are going to try to eat this have teeth. And this will help preserve the fly longer. Between the reinforcement and it's like the wires almost acts like armor. Alrighty then. Now you're gonna get that good and tight. And you're going to set that off to the side and let it dry. Now get ready to spin your head on here. Now, the tricky part of getting this right is the length of the hair that's going back this way, as opposed to the length of the hair that you're going to use to make your spun head. So I got 2 different lengths of deer hair from different parts of the body. This is longer than this. I don't want a lot. I don't want a real big clump. So, by the way, I'm using spring-loaded. These are what I use for cutting deer hair. This deer hair is very coarse and it's hard on your scissors. So I get these spring-loaded scissors at a surplus store up in Pennsylvania. But you can find them on eBay too. Comb that under fur out. Now you're going to want to put them in your hair stacker. Hair stacker. Oops. That's my Great Dane. She's excited about something. Hard to say what. You want to give it... Oh, that wasn't part of the plan. Yeah, it might be ready. You want to give that several taps. Yeah. And you're going to pull the ones that didn't come down. You're going to pull them out. And that's about how far you want it. So, wow. Now I'm just going to put this on the top. And I'm just going to spot it right there where it's at. And I'm going to move over around a little bit. You're not trying to spin this. Because you want this hair to try to lay as flat as you can get it to lay. Now this, you want to kind of spread up and down before you finish lashing it down. You don't want it to flare a lot. It's going to try to flare. And then come to the near side. Yeah, I didn't talk to you about what I'm using to comb out. So this is a knit comb I got at, in fact, I found them on Amazon, I think. You get like 4 of them for like $3 or something. I used to get them at the, drugstore. You can also use this kind of knit comb. You get these at the drugstore. but I prefer the inexpensive plastic ones. It's difficult to find them, just the comb at the drugstore, because you know they want to sell you the whole kit for you know, for head lice. And I'm just pulling the shorties out. You kind of, in order to get a hold of these, you kind of release the pressure on the tips. You grab them with your other hand, and then you just kind of pull them back. Kind of spread them, pull down on them. Alrighty then. Now you just bring your, you can take a couple turns up across this flared out part. Okay. Now the shorter hair. And you're just going to grab a clump about 1/8 of an inch thick or so. You want to pull the under fur out with your comb again. Now here you don't really have to worry so much about the shorties or any of that other stuff, because I'm just going to spin this on. Hair packer. And make sure that's packed on there good and tight, so you'll have a nice tight head. probably get one more on there. Okay. Get your thread head. You're going to take a 5 and 3 whip finish.